Hey everyone, Spencer Rosen here again. I've got a small video here on how to work with percentiles. So I've got an example. I'm going to work out a couple of different things to show you with this. So in my example, I've got a list of 15 numbers and they are listed in order. And I listed them in rows of 5. And the only reason I listed them in rows of 5 is it makes it a little bit easier to count and figure out where each number is. Now, let me show you the first example here. So, example, I want to know what number is the 30th percentile. What is the 30th percentile? Given this list of values that I have on my screen here. So the way we figure this out is we actually have to use what's called the percentile rank formula. And that formula looks like this. It's R equals P over 100 times N plus 1. And P is the percentile you're looking for, and N is the number of numbers. And what this is going to give you is this is going to give you a rank or a position where that number would exist. So let me show you how this one will work. So we're looking for the 30th percentile, so we're going to go 30 over 100, which basically that just gives you the percent as a decimal, right? 0.3. And then you times it by, not N, you put 15 plus 1. Because there's 15 values here. So when you work this out, you go 0.3 times 16, and you get 4.8. Now, 4.8, where that would be, if I use a different color here, 4.8, that's basically between the 4th and the 5th number. So it's like right here somewhere, okay? So basically the way you're going to do this is you're basically going to find the midpoint between those two values. Like, I know 4.8 is a little bit closer to the 7, but the way we're actually going to do it is we're going to find out what's the middle number between those two. So the number is going to be between 5 and 7. Between 5 and 7. And the way you can figure out what the value is you just add them together and divide by 2. Which in this case is going to be 12 over 2. Which is going to equal to 6. So the 30th percentile in this example is going to be 6. The 30th percentile is going to equal to 6 in this example here. That's just the way that it works. So you always, even though it might be shifted a little bit more towards the right, you always find the midpoint between the two, and that would be the dividing line, which would cut that at the 30th percentile. Okay. Now, let's do another example here, just to show you how this works one more time. Maybe I want the 80th percentile. What is the 80th percentile? So the 80th percentile, what that would be R equals 80 over 100 times 16 in this case, so N plus 1, which gives you 0.8 times 16. 12.8. So that means the value has to be between the 12th and the 13th number. And the 12th number is 20. So it's right here. There's the 12th number. And the 13th number is right beside it, which is 22. So it's between 20 and 22. Which in this case is going to be 21. The halfway one will be 21, so 21. So therefore, the 80th percentile, I can't spell today, percentile is 21. That's how you'd work that out. Okay, so that's how you figure out where the positions are, where the percentiles would be. And again, if you get decimals like this, it's just the halfway mark. So whatever the halfway between the two values are, that's how you work it out. Now, let's say, for example, I have a number I already have, and I want to know what the percentile is. So let's say I'm looking up here, and I see there's a number 16 there. I want to know what percentile is that 16. So the 16 is the 10th number, basically. It's on the right-hand side there. So let's work it out. So that one is going to be a little bit different formula. So the question is, what is the percentile of the value 16. And 16 is in our list. So the formula looks like this. It's P equals 100 times L plus 0.5 times E over N. And L is going to be the number of values less than, in this case, less than 16. Okay, and E is going to be the number of values equal to 16. Okay, now that number changes. If I'm looking for a different number, I wouldn't use 16 here, obviously, right? So whatever my value is, that's how you work out what L and E are. And N is the number of numbers. So in this case, we're going to put 100 times. Now let's figure out how many numbers are less than 16. So I'm going to go back up. And I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 of them. So there'll be 9 that are less than 16. So 0.5 times E, which in this case would be 0, because there are no other ones that are equal to 16. And we're going to divide this by N, which is 15 numbers. And what do we get here? We get 100 times 9 over 15, because 0.5 times 0 is just 0. And what do we get? Working this out, we get 60. Oop, not 16, we get 60. So therefore, 16 is the 60th percentile. It's the 60th percentile. So 60% of the values are at 16 or lower. Okay, so that's the way that that works out. Let's try one that has an equal one here. So let's try out the number 3 up there. So one last example. What is the percentile of the value 3? So 3 is going to be small. It's probably around the 10th percentile, something like that, because it's right at the beginning. So let's figure this out. So P is going to be 100 times L, which is how many numbers are less than 3. So let's take a look at the list up here. There's one that's less. One that's less. And there was actually one that's equal to it, because there's 2 3s there. So there's one that's equal. So let's put that in 2. Over N, which is the number of numbers, that's 15. And let's work this out. So this is going to be 100 times 1 plus 0.5, so it's 1.5 over 15. And let's see what we get here. 100 times 1.5 divided by 15. It's 10. That was a good prediction, actually. So what that means, therefore, 3 is the 10th percentile. So the 10th percentile is 3 in this example. So I showed you the 2 formulas for percentile. I showed you how they work. And hopefully it makes some sense to you, and hopefully you find my little explanation helpful in explaining how percentiles work.